Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the On The Go Show with Jacob and James. Let's get up and boogie to the beat of the On The Go Show. Don't be lazy, come on and get up, get down. Let the fun take over your body. Dance to the rhythm of that funky beat.
All right, James, you requested a new song and you get a new song. That's how it works around here, sir.
I like that. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you like it? You like the funky beat, the funky tone?
Yeah, I like it. It sounds really good. I like that.
Well, good. I have an alternative that I made. That I was gonna play you first, but I decided not to.
Yeah.
I didn't really make it. I don't know if you've I'm sorry. I don't know if you've heard about this guy on YouTube, but there's a guy with a channel that just like sings people's names over and over and over again.
No, I never heard though.
Yeah, he makes songs out of people's names, and I made a mix. So I'll play that for you real quick just to show you what it sounds like. And then Richard kind of ruined it for me when I showed it to him. So I'll play it for you right now.
All right.
Jacob. James. Jacob.
All right, so that's it. But
is that all just one song?
No, it's a mix of two. It's a mix of the guy singing Jacob and the guy singing James. It took me like 30 minutes. I just kind of like
I would get hella annoyed if I heard that every day. I would. Yeah, thank God for that. I would get hella annoyed.
Yeah,
that sounds absolutely horrible.
I thought it was fun, but Richard said it sounds like Joel. It's not Joel. It
does sound like him.
Yeah, I know. And then he ruined it for me because now that's all I hear. I didn't notice that originally, but that's all I hear. So
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, so we are here today to talk about two trailers that came out recently.
Yep.
Very recently. So what do you want to start with? You want to start with Ironheart? You want to start with Superman?
You don't get Ironheart out the way.
All right. So what's going on with Ironheart? What did you think about Ironheart? Now that we've finally seen a trailer, it comes out like June 24th?
Yeah. The trailer looks okay. I mean, I look like they just want to bury it, get it out the way. Why would you have a trailer come out the same day as Superman? That's
what a lot of people seem to think. There's a lot of buzz on why they're not really trying to push the show as much.
Because it was supposed to come out yesterday and it didn't, so they decided to delay it today, which is stupid.
Yeah, they dropped like some Ryan Coogler behind the scenes kind of thing about it, right? Like just talking about Riri Williams and how excited he is about the show.
So now they're trying to put him on top of it as if it is his project. It's not his project.
He's the executive producer.
Yeah, he's just the executive producer. So don't try to capitalize off him now. You could have before,
right?
Stupid.
Maybe they went and grabbed them to like record the thing or whatever.
They probably did.
But I mean, not for nothing. It does look like a good trailer.
Looks interesting.
The suit looks more practical, which is nice. And again, off the back of Thunderbolts, which use more practical effects, it's nice to see that instead of like the gaudy CGI that we have now, where it's like very clearly CGI.
Yep.
So it is cool to see that. Don't really know much about the villain. I think he's like the Hood or whatever.
The Hood, yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Ramos.
I don't know too much about him either. Yeah, Anthony Ramos is playing the villain.
I think he might be connected to Mephisto in some ways.
I think so too.
Someone thinks maybe Mephisto will show up in this movie, but also
absolutely
the show. But also that's just been like the little bit that people have been joking about online since like I think No Way Home was like ever since WandaVision, everyone's like, oh, Mephisto.
Well, he has a better shot of showing up than being in WandaVision, but
that's true.
Hood. But no, he's not going to be in there. It's too much of a low budget show.
Yeah, way too much. Or if anything, he will show up as like, I don't know, an Easter egg or a voice or something.
Yeah, voice or a human version of himself.
Yeah. So
like he did in Ghost Rider.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not for sure how I feel about like the story plot of like, I don't know, her getting with the Hood and then committing petty crimes to fund like building the suit. I don't really know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's very by the numbers. Black girl in a bad neighborhood trying to get out of a bad neighborhood to get in the good neighborhood.
See, I'm glad you said that. Because that's how I felt. Was like, this seems a little stereotypy, or like you said, by the numbers, or just like a tip. Like, I don't know. Like, you could have just had her building the suit. I mean, clearly this is set after Wakanda Forever, so she's got connections to Wakanda and Shuri. You could have just had her building her own suit on her own. Like, she's capable of doing it. She did it before. That's how they found her in Wakanda Forever. She had a suit, or like the outline of one, like the exoskeleton or whatever.
It looks a little silly. That part does look a little silly. I don't like the storyline. From it. But yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot though. I'm willing to give it a shot. No,
for sure, and especially because like all the weirdness behind like them trying to bury it and not really like release it, which is just like, if you didn't have any faith in the project, why did you even make it in the first place? Why did you try to like build up this character in Wakanda Forever? I mean, I know like over the years, like Disney's kind of like gone up and down with the Marvel properties, but you could have just pulled the plug on this a year or two ago.
Or during production, they just pulled the plug.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if you lost faith that much, like you could have just yanked it and then introduced her somewhere else, or introduced her again somewhere else. We don't have to see an origin show. Yeah, we don't have to see the origin show. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to watch it because it seems like, I don't know, we should.
it seems interesting enough for me to watch it, but I don't think it's going to move any numbers or have any importance to it then.
Well, I mean, the Disney Plus shows, they really haven't. I don't think they really moved too much of the needle anyway. Like even Daredevil Born Again, I think it did good, but I don't think it did like fantastic numbers. Agatha all along surprised a lot of people when they watched that, and I still haven't watched it.
I still haven't watched it, but it's just one of my flavor.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not really invested in Agatha enough to go watch her own TV series.
Me either. I'm not really invested.
Especially with her being the villain of her own series, the WandaVision. I'm like, I don't really need to see more of this character. Unless you're bringing back Wanda and you do a Scarlet Witch movie and then, you bring back those characters, then fine. But I don't really need to watch the show.
No, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. But yeah, Ironheart, I'll check it out.
On the go, we're getting arrested with Jacob and James. So, Superman trailer came out the same day as the Ironheart trailer, as you said in the last segment of, like, I don't know why Disney would do this, but they did. And I just watched it before we recorded today. I assume you have too.
Yep. So,
tell me your thoughts.
Well, let's get your thoughts first. I went first on the last one. So
okay.
You go take this. Yeah.
All right. All right. I liked the interview scene. Obviously, that's
very serious.
I
did like that.
Obviously, that's the focal point of the movie. I suppose is like it sets up what the movie's about, right?
It definitely sets the tone.
Yeah, it sets the tone. It's setting up what's it about. It seems like a plot point is Superman went to another country, saved some people, and now he's being persecuted and possibly arrested by the American government. They mentioned the president, and I almost wonder if Lex Luthor is the president in this version.
No, I don't think he's the president. But,
you don't think so?
But you do know where that war started, right? It's a fictional country.
Yes,
and it took place in I don't know if you saw Creature Commandos.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah, it's their fictional country.
Oh, okay, that explains why Frank Grillo's here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That explains why he's here. Well, what a good continuation of that then. That's cool.
Yep. So if you want to know why the country's at war with this, you got to watch Creature Commandos, because it started by, well, I don't want to spoil it, but the Bride of Frankenstein is the person. Mm-hmm. She's the reason for the war.
Yeah, she's the catalyst.
She's the catalyst, and that's as far as I'll say. If anybody else want to watch the show,
yeah, very good show.
Yeah. So that's how the war started, and that's how Superman got involved in.
Interesting. It's quite interesting. But yeah, so apparently he's being persecuted because he wasn't supposed to do that as an American citizen. Technically, he is an American citizen. I would assume. I mean,
well, he's an American citizen, but he's still somewhat of an alien, which he really is an alien.
Yeah,
and it's like
he's not a man, he's an it, as Lex Luthor said in the trailer.
And it's like you're taking upon yourself to do something that you're not legally supposed to do, but at the same time you're trying to save lives.
Right.
So it's like inner battle.
You also have the ability to do so. You know, I mean, if you have the power to fly and save people, why confine it to the one country you live in?
But it's kind of like all because you can don't mean that you should.
Right. You know, there's legalities to it, and it's almost like kind of like the Superhero Registration Act from Civil War in a way, where it's like, oh yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be willy-nilly doing this, but you're also able to, so who's going to stop you? Which, you know, kind of was Batman's crazy point in the Snyderverse, which obviously is unrelated to this, but that, you know, just the mirror of the two.
Well, James Gunn did say he liked parts of Snyder's universe, and that's what you can kind of tell that he kind of took some inspiration from it.
Oh, for sure.
Like you could tell that he took inspiration from all versions of Superman. Like he took the versions of Snyder where Lois already knows a secret, which I do like that.
Yeah, I hope it starts. I'm assuming it's going to start off like that, which would be nice.
I think so. I think it will be.
Just start us off with the world. You know, like Thunderbolts, right? Thunderbolts was done in such a way where you can walk in and figure out what's going on. Superman should be the same way, right? You walk in, Superman's already Superman, dating Lois Lane. There you go. He's got crypto.
Let me ask you this. Did you like that? Because he seems a little bit younger than Henry Cavill. He looks a little bit younger. Do you like that?
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't really mind it. I think it also, like, you know, plays into the plot of the movie, right? Or even his reaction to the interview kind of going south, right? Like, assumingly, he thought the interview was going to be a softball because, like, he's dating the reporter interviewing him, and then she really went at him with the hard hitting questions, and like you saw his reaction, So yeah, I don't mind him being younger, and again, it plays into the overall plot. The thing I kind of caught from the trailer that I kind of don't feel that great about is it looks like some of the villains are, again, the Kryptonians. You know what I mean? Like, maybe not Zod per se, but the other ones that showed up with him. I don't know their names. You'd probably know better than... Like, just like his posse that shows up. Like, anytime like Zod shows up, he's got like the woman and he's got like the brute guy.
Oh, well, the engineer, you know, that's from the Authority.
Okay.
So, you know, you got that from Authority, which James Gunn was supposed to do a movie from that.
That's right.
From that. So you got that, and then the Hammer, that guy in the big old suit.
That's that guy. Okay.
Either that's Ultraman or either that's because the Hammer of Bardeva, I don't know how to pronounce the name. I didn't pronounce the name right. But that's from their country.
Oh.
That's from their war-torn country.
Okay.
So I'm putting two and two together, but I don't want to keep spoiling it. So
no, you're fine.
I'm kind of putting two and two together on some of this. So I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah. I mean, you know way more than I do about the Superman lore, so I assume you do have these answers.
So it's not like this. Okay. It's not like that. It's not like that. Well, I think what we all wanted to see was that he was fighting that there's some type of other story than just him just doing stuff.
Right.
And it seems like there is.
Right. There's definitely like some plot points going on. I mean, again, the Justice Society is here, so like they fit into it somewhere or another. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to stop Superman at some point. Which
if you saw the Peacemaker trailer, you saw them, they were also in there with Maxwell Lord, James Gunn's brother.
Oh, is that who he's playing in Peacemaker?
Yep. Maxwell Lord.
All right. Well, now let me ask you this: the Peacemaker trailer, like you said, we saw the Green Lantern and then Cockerel next to Maxwell Lord. Yep. Do you think they're actually going to be in the show, or is that just like for the trailer? Like,
no, I think they're actually going to be in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to be in the show.
To a greater capacity, or is it going to be kind of like a bit like what they did with the Justice League from the first season?
I think it's just going to be a bit. I think it'll be a bit.
That would make sense to me.
But what else did you like? Did you like about the trailer? Before we get to me.
I mean, it looked good. I mean, everything looked good about it. I like the colors. Someone made the comment, was like, "Yeah, it's James Gunn because it's colorful." It did. It's like the color correction on it is very good. The emotions are very good.
Was it everything that you would expect it to be, or was it a little bit better, or like, yeah, okay?
I think it was what I expected it to be. It showed a little too much, though. I think that's the only thing. Yeah, I mean, typically like what a second trailer does, right? Like the first trailer is like a little bit, and then the second trailer usually starts showing a little bit more. And either that sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that's a bad thing. I don't know where this falls yet, because again, it's just a bunch of like quick sequences. But I almost feel like it went on a little bit too long. Like if it would have just been the interview and like maybe some quick shots of some other stuff, that would have been fine. But I do think it went on a little bit longer than it should have. What are your thoughts?
For me, just like you, I like the interview. The interview sets the tone. Because I think a lot of people going in thought the movie was gonna be kind of goofy and silly. Which I don't know why people think that.
James Gunn.
Yeah, I get that, but he does have a serious tone to him, and it definitely sets the tone, man. That interview was tense.
Oh yeah,
that interview was tense. I was like, oh, right, all right, I wasn't expecting this.
If the whole movie was that interview, I would not be mad.
Me either.
Yeah, if you use that to frame the movie, like if it all took place, like, or if like half of it took place inside that interview, right?
That's not a bad idea.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. No, that would work very well. Maybe not the whole movie, but like, a good like half to 3/4 of it. And then, the end of it is like the big punch up or whatever. He fights the monster or Lex Luthor, whoever.
I like the chemistry too between him and Rachel Brosnan.
Very good. Yes.
Of course, but yeah, you can already tell that's like, yeah, they got
right
chemistry.
off the bat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Opening shot of the trailer was, yeah.
It's pretty much, anything negative. I would definitely tell you, but that's nothing negative. I can tell you, man, it looks pretty good. I can't wait.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of my most anticipated movies.
I'm
summertime.
Can't wait to see what the Snyderverse people say about it.
I'm not watching for them. I'm not even paying attention to them.
Oh yeah.
I'm not. That's like I'm choosing positive, Jacob. I'm choosing positive. Like after we get done with the podcast, I'm looking at the people that I like that react to these trailers and stuff. I'm watch them because I know they're excited. They're really, really excited.
Right.
Like Real Rejects. I'm gonna watch them.
Well, I think they got a hold of this trailer like yesterday because I had already seen some stuff popping up yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. But when they play like one of those like small those teaser for the trailer stuff, I hate when they do that.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Just drop the thing.
Trailer for in the trailer. Yeah, just drop the thing. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I'm definitely gonna check them out, but I'm not paying attention to them.
Good on you. I mean, it's so funny though, because like the Snyder people, like there's definitely like a time when you felt bad for Snyder, and then they gave him the Justice League cut, right? They gave him his 4-hour cut. We finally got to see like, his vision of the movie, and then it's like, okay, well, time to move on, right? Like they did it justice. They did him justice by letting him, put his full movie out, right? He kind of got screwed over. They made good, whatever, moving on. And then the Snyder people just couldn't let it go. like they're just calling for the sequel.
It's in the cult. It is just in the cult.
Cult of personality. Yeah, it's become such a thing. And it's so funny because like then every now and then David Ayer comes out and he's like, my Suicide Squad version, I still got that. And it's like, David Ayer, I don't believe you have a version of the Suicide Squad movie.
Did you see the poster? The new poster, by the way? The new
for Superman
poster?
Yep. Yeah.
He got his hands crossed. He got his hands like folded. Good poster.
Yeah, it is. And it's still man. That like, I don't know what you call it, but it's like got that weird, like where the color's bleeding up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that look to it. So
he's got that look on his face, that stern, that look that you see in the government office, and it's like you go to like the government federal buildings.
Right, yeah.
Like kind of like a Uncle Sam type look.
Yeah.
Like truth, justice type look. So I dig it.
Truth, justice in the American way, yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. Although I don't think that's his line for this. It's not the American way. It's not true. It's still truth and justice, but it's I forgot what the new slogan is because it's supposed to be. It's something that includes everybody.
Oh, I see. Was there a discourse about that? I feel like there was.
No, I don't think so. But I do like that though.
Well, good. Good. The
I
movie
like
looks
that.
exciting. When's it come out? July 11th or June 11th?
July 11th.
July 11th.
Yep.
Cool. Is it like what? 2 weeks after Fantastic Four, or Fantastic Four is after this?
That's after that.
Okay.
The Jurassic World. actually
Jurassic
comes out
World.
before.
Yeah, Jurassic World's before that. So it's gonna be a weird month.
Yeah, that's gonna be a painful month.
It's either gonna be like a very strong month, or it's gonna be kind of middling, because Jurassic World can go either way.
Yeah, I don't really have too much faith into it.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, the 9 movies in, right? What more can you do? The animated series has done more for Jurassic Park and Jurassic World than the movies have lately. I don't know if you've checked out the animated series on Netflix.
I have.
Very good. Very
Yeah, it's
good.
good. I love it.
Very good tie-in shows. Honestly, that should just be the next movie. Just cast those kids in real life or whatever, and
True.
continue that.
True.
We don't need to go back to the island.
Hey, Scoopsies, you know what time it is?
Time to rub my belly button bubbles? Is that what time it is?
No, Scoopsies, it's time for Jacob and Jen's On The Go podcast.
That's my favorite. I love watching them. Oh, yeah.
You see that Robert Downey Jr. posted a picture of him wearing like the suit, not suit, but the Under
Him in his
Armour
muscle
thing.
suit. Yeah.
Yeah, and his
Yeah.
mocap. He had like a mocap face.
Was his face mocapped? I didn't look that hard.
Well, he had like the dots on his face.
I didn't even notice that. You're in good eye.
So, yeah, he had a couple dots on his face. So I'm assuming that
The mask
won't
is
help.
CGI.
the mask part might be CGI.
That makes me think they're doing that nanite thing again, which is really annoying because, again, Thunderbolts didn't do that.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I thought we were getting away from that. But I just don't want to see his face in this movie. Like, I just want to forget he's Robert Downey Jr., but I know that's like nigh impossible.
and he got his hair cut too.
He did. He's had like 2 or 3 hairstyles in the time frame of getting ready to film this thing, or even beginning filming this thing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
real curious to see how it comes out, man. The Doomsday is a very curious movie. It's so funny, like, seeing everybody's like theories and them trying to work out like what the movie's going to be, or like what characters are going to, like, how the characters are going to be implemented. And it just reminds me of like before Infinity War came out, everyone thought Infinity War was going to go a certain way, or they had all these theories and ideas, and then it was nothing like what they thought. I think Endgame came close because someone had predicted it was going to be a time travel thing, but outside of that, Infinity War, everybody was kind of like wrong about Infinity War to some degree.
Although I will say I couldn't tell you what's gonna happen with this movie.
Me neither.
Couldn't tell you. I don't have a clue.
Someone suggested Doom's gonna trick the Avengers into fighting the X-Men, which I don't buy that one, because that's a whole different story plot for another time that they're probably inevitably gonna set up next after all this, with the Mutant Saga coming up. So I don't really see them doing Avengers versus X-Men inside the Doctor Doom movie. That doesn't really gel, you know?
Yeah,
It's because that interview where Alan Cumming said he was like punching Pedro Pascal in the head, but I think that was just like an example of what he's read. I don't think that's actually from the script, or from the set. I think he was just using that as like an example.
Yeah, most likely.
You know, I'm not going to read too far into that and be like, oh, Nightcrawler and Mr. Fantastic are going to fight. I mean, unless it's in the trailer or it pops up in the movie, then I'll be like, oh, I was wrong. But
yeah, I think I have no clue. I am more in the dark than anybody else.
Yeah,
just like everybody else.
We all kind of are.
Clueless.
Yeah, we all kind of are. Again, it's just because like everything's been so like up and down with what they put out. No, it's not very it's not as cohesive as the first time around.
Yeah.
And I was kind of thinking, I don't know, maybe after this they should just like dial it back and just like focus on like the Young Avengers.
I think they are.
Few sets of movies. Like it sounds bad, because I know we haven't had Sam Wilson Captain America for we've had him for a while, but it doesn't feel like it, right? Because like he's been around, but we've only just now gotten his Captain America movie at the end of like this saga. But I kind of just feel like put them on the back burner. Let's get a Kate Bishop movie. Let's get a who else? Ironheart. Put her back into a movie. Miss Marvel. Like set up the young Avengers. Have them be the core team, and then have Sam Wilson and like the older people who are still around just be like mentor characters inside of these films. But I mean, they're obviously probably not going to do that. I'm sure there's another Captain America movie down the line at some point. So it's hard to say, man.
I'm listening to what you said, but Zach had texted me because he just saw the Superman trailer. He said, "I feel like this marketing has been really strange for Superman to have what they show." He likes the trailer, but he still doesn't get the hope thing when Superman's getting beat up and all the team, and then kind of seems depressed. But that's just hopefully the film. I guess I like the trailer.
Yeah, I don't think I necessarily agree with him either on that point. I think I think the movie looks fine. I don't think the marketing's been too weird. It's honestly, it's been pretty cohesive.
Yeah, I mean, the movie comes out July. Like, you can't just start giving out everything. You got Comic-Con. This wasn't in before this movie comes out.
Yeah, it should be in like June sometime.
Yeah, so. I mean, they're study trickling out stuff. I saw I saw some watches and some milk bones for like dogs and stuff like that. Crypto, they've been promoting that. I saw Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen got some stuff going out for Superman. Like, the marketing's been fine. Like, I don't really know what you really want. What else? Like,
it hasn't been like other trailers where they show everything in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's weird, right? Is because we haven't seen that in a while, or we have. No, we haven't seen that in a while. Like even Sinners, the first teaser was great, but then they gave you the whole plot in the second trailer. So yeah, it's just we haven't seen that kind of stuff in a while. Even Captain America gave away that Red Hulk was in the film. So to see something that's a little bit more secretive is foreign to us now.
Yeah, because it's so scaled back. Everything, is so scaled back.
Yeah. Now, you brought up Zach, and it reminded me, he did send us an email, I think last week, about film slates. Like, when Marvel gets up there and they're like, here's the next 15 movies we have planned. And and DC goes, here's the next 10 movies we have planned. And then they only really come out with 2 of those. So his question was, should studios still be doing this, or should they just not do the film slates anymore? Like,
no.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they should either. Marvel used to be really great about being like, here's the next like 10 films we have, and then maybe one doesn't make the cut, right? DC was really bad, where they're like, here's the next 10 movies we have planned, and then 2 of those come out. Yeah, 2 of those will come out, and then The Flash gets pushed back 10 years. Yep. Like every year was like, The Flash is coming, guys. We promise this time.
Star Wars does that too.
Yeah, Star Wars is doing it. Honestly, Star Wars surprises me, because I thought Star Wars was going to like kind of slow down on content, but it seems like they're revving it up.
Yeah, they're trying to they're doing movies now.
Yeah, they're going back to movies. But I'm just like, man, I thought Star Wars was going to slow down a little bit. Just like, take a break, Star Wars. Like, go away for a little bit, and then come back. I don't know, come back with another movie set somewhere else in the universe for once. But
yeah, we've been said that. We've been said that. They've been stopped doing slates and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or, take the James Gunn approach, where it's like, look, if we got the script ready, we're making the movie. If the script's not ready and we don't have a director attached, we're not saying it's happening, right?
Now, I will say James Gunn changed his slate a little bit, because you remember that Sergeant
yeah,
Rock
that was on there for a minute. Yeah,
but they said it's not really canceled. It's being pushed back.
Right.
Right now.
Right. So I mean, again, it's because like maybe the script's probably not ready, or
maybe the actor's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Because I remember probably Colin Farrell.
Yeah, it was, which is weird because he's already the Penguin.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the dual roles thing is also a lot on actors.
Yeah, it is. So who knows what's going on with that? So, but other than that, the Clayface movie is about to be made. That's going to be in production, I think, in another couple weeks. Yeah,
the Clayface movie is going to be interesting.
Supergirl's wrapped up. So.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. I forgot about Supergirl.
Green Lantern, the Lantern show, that's about to wrap up too. I think it's already wrapped, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it's going to be like, what, 8 episodes or something? Something short.
So they're right on schedule, too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, everything's, right on schedule.
There's things in the fire. Yeah, there's irons in the fire. They're just not showcasing it as much as, they normally would or they used to.
Yeah.
Because, again,
So,
you never know what's going to happen, right? Especially now with foreign films being extra tariffed or whatever, or if you film somewhere, you pay more. I don't know. So that's going to affect productions pretty soon. So we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, it's good that they're playing it close to the chest and they're only really being like, this movie's for sure happening. We're already filming, or we're already wrapped. Like it's already a done deal.
You're listening to On the Go with Jacob and James. It's not a podcast.
Oh yeah, did you see the Spider-Noir?
I did. I really liked it. It looks good.
I liked it until I found out that they put it in the color too as well.
Oh, did they? Because I was really digging the black and white.
Well, they did it for the people that don't want to see it in black and white, which I think is stupid. It's just such a cop out.
Yeah, man, just watch what it is.
It's just a cop out. Well, you're trying to please everybody.
Yeah, but no, I like the black and white style. I think the black and white also just really helps the nowhere part of it. Also, I don't know, just reinforces Spider-Noir in general as a character.
Yeah, it was black and white.
Yeah,
it was a black and white character.
Yeah.
Well, we know what it is. It's black and white, but they put it in that blended color where it's like that Sin City type black and white, which I don't like.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it looks a little bit better because it's been a few years since those movies.
I hated those.
Hopefully
movies.
It's been improved on. But
Did you like those movies?
I not entirely. I found them weird. Like, I don't know. When I watched them, I was younger, so I didn't really fully understand like the Sin City concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know. There's certain movies where you do have to be a certain age to get what's going on. And that's kind of Sin City for me, I think.
Yeah.
It's definitely not in like my thought process whenever I think about comic book movies or it. Hey, you know what happens? What I haven't seen in a while? Sin City.
I don't think they did that good either in box office. Last time I checked, I don't think.
No, I think the second one did really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is what it is. But no, yeah, Spider-Noir looks really cool. It is curious to think that maybe this is the same Spider-Noir from the Spider-Verse because it's Nick Cage. They brought him back to be Spider-Noir. So I'm curious if it's supposed to be that or if they're just doing like their own thing with this.
So is it supposed to be like a multiverse or something?
I don't know. It's they're partnered with Amazon and MGM Plus. So not Sony. I mean, I know Sony is like behind it to some capacity, obviously, because they have the rights to the character. But it's getting released on Amazon and whatnot. So I don't know where this falls in line.
Yeah, it says it's gonna go to MGM Plus and then the next day on Amazon.
Yeah,
which I think is stupid because who's gonna pay for MGM? No one's paying for that.
There's already enough streaming services out there to where it's like, oh, another one? No thanks.
I'll just wait the next day for Amazon. Amazon Plus.
Well, especially with like streaming services like cracking down on the password sharing and whatnot.
That's silly. Why would I do that?
Yeah. No, I didn't even know there was an MGM Plus.
I didn't even know that either.
Hold on. Let's look at MGM Plus and see
what's on there.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. What
do you have to offer?
MGM Plus.
Gladiator 2? Gladiator 2 is on MGM Plus. The Beekeeper. Blink Twice. The Transformers 1. Sonic 3. They got some newer things. I'll give them that. I was expecting like a bunch of old stuff.
Me too.
To be completely honest. Ninja Turtles. Paw Patrol.
Ninja Turtles. Like the
newer one, yeah. No, the newest one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Maze Runner, when that came out, Creed 2. Rango. There's some older ones. There's some newer ones. What about TV? What do you got for TV? They just have live TV, it looks like. Because there's only a live TV option.
They have like cartoons?
Let me go back to movies. I mean, they have animated stuff on the movies, but live TV so far, live TV has right now. If you have MGM Plus right now, James, you could be watching Valkyrie, and then after Valkyrie, or no, there's MGM Plus, and there's MGM Plus Hits, there's MGM Plus Marquee. I guess these are channels, right?
Oh, okay.
So Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is on MGM Marquee, and then MGM Plus Drive-In is airing The Duchess. So
MGM Plus, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know about the live TV component. I'm assuming Spider-Noir is going to fall under that live TV section.
Yeah.
Which is also really weird because then it's like, well, now I got to catch it at a certain time, and we've gone way past doing that in society.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't want no parts of MGM Plus. I'll just wait next day for Amazon.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I can wait an extra day for Spider-Noir.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good.
I hope so too. I hope it's good. And I hope it does good for Sony.
I saw somebody in the back that was bald headed. I wonder if that's the equivalent to Kingpin.
It could be. I know there's like a vulture. Like, so in the Spider-Noir lore, the vulture is a cannibal who eats Uncle Ben.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it maybe that's the vulture in this world. That's what I think. Either vulture or Kingpin.
Is that his main villain?
I think he's one of them. I know obviously like the Goblin's also a part of it. I think Hammerhead.
He's in there too?
Yeah, and Hammerhead and a few other villains. I mean, it's just Spider-Man, but like Nowhere style, right? So it's like if all his villains were 50s gangsters, is essentially what it would be.
So he has powers too, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he has the web powers, but he also uses a gun.
Why would he use a gun for?
I don't know. Gangsters.
So,
I don't know.
So does he get? So you saying that he's like, does he get his powers the same way?
Let me look it up for you.
I'm sorry to ask all these questions. So I'm kind of curious now.
You're good. Yeah,
I don't know anything about this character.
Let me see. Powers
I know
and abilities.
nothing about this.
All right. In 1939, a month after... Oh, wait. No, this... Okay. The incarnation of Spider-Man from Earth 90214 has the same basic powers as his classic counterpart. Enhanced strength, speed, reflexes, resiliency, and agility proportionate to that of a spider. The ability to have his body cling to sheer walls and other solid surfaces, and a sixth sense which warns him of incoming danger, also known as a spider sense. While the mainstream Spider-Man uses mechanical web shooters, Spider-Man Noir has the power to shoot organic webbing from his wrists. So we're going back to Sam Raimi times. In his original 2 mini-series, Spider-Man Noir does not create web lines. His dark webbing always manifested as a spray or net. After his resurrection, his web control is fine enough that he regularly creates web lines to swing on and web-based projectiles to stun opponents.
Cool.
Through his association with club owner Felicia Hardy, his vigilante activities, his associates at the Daily Bugle, and his occupation as a private investigator, he has a network of contacts throughout the city and several informants in the gangs. So there you go. He's a private investigator of sorts.
And he works at the nightclub.
Yeah, he works with he knows Felicia Hardy, who is a Black Hat, right? But she owns a nightclub in this universe.
So is Mary Jane in the universe too?
Not that I know of.
Huh.
It doesn't specifically state.
And no Harry Osborn.
No. But I think there is a Norman Osborn.
Well, there has to be a Norman. There has to be a Norman in there. Because that's like you have Green Goblin.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia now, and there is a bit talking about the Goblin where he has to fight the Goblin. Octavius comes up, Vulture, Kraven the Hunter.
I wonder if they're gonna have those villains in there, or they're just gonna have just.
I would really hope so, but it's Amazon, and I don't know what the budget is for this.
Well,
so
Amazon, they tend to throw out some money now.
They do. So I don't really know who's all going to show up. I think for the first season, they'll probably be kind of safe with it. You know, they might, like you said, they might do like the Nowhere version of a Kingpin or like a Hammerhead.
Or it could be Vulture.
It could be Vulture. Vulture would be sick. I would like to see like another live action Vulture. That would be really cool. And it says here that he is friends with Mary Jane Watson. So there is a Mary Jane in the Spider-Man Nowhere universe.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, essentially all the characters show up again. You got Sandman, Kirk Connors, Crime Master. All the characters, all the characters are still there. They're just like Nowhere. Like it's like 1939 private investigator Spider-Man.
I'm gonna check out the pictures and see how they look.
Yeah.
See how the characters look.
Yeah, that's always fun to do. I always like looking at the different art styles of different characters when they do that.
Goblin, I'm pretty sure he's not Green Goblin. I'm pretty sure he's just Goblin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can pull him up real quick. Nowhere Goblin.
Well, wasn't he in the video game too?
Yeah, the Shattered Dimensions. He was in a video game. And he's really just like, he looks like a big hulkish like kind of creature with like pointy ears, pointy fingers.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm just looking up Nowhere characters.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing.
I don't think Sandman would look too different.
Yeah, because he just wore a striped shirt and beige khakis.
Yeah. Nowhere Vulture though. Let me, because I'm fairly certain. Yeah, he looks like a Nosferatu.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. I did that.
Yeah, but I know that's part of the origin story. Is like he ends up like killing and eating Uncle Ben or something. It's wild.
It's funny at the same time. That's kind of messed up.
Uncle Ben, man, he doesn't catch a break.
I'd rather get shot by a bullet.
Right. If you could choose.
If I could choose, I'd rather get shot by a bullet and get eaten. Jeez. Hopefully the show is as good as you're telling me.
I hope so too. I hope it comes out really good. Because I'm excited for it, but
yeah,
I'll always be there for the Spider-Man stuff. You got Superman, I got Spider-Man.
And how was he supposed to be? In his I'm talking about in like the TV show.
And I don't know. He's played by Nick Cage, so.
So you would think that he would be like in his 50s?
He's got to be like 60s or 50s in this movie or in the show. So I don't know if they're gonna try to play it off where he's like, a younger guy, but.
Yeah, because that's kind of weird.
I don't know how old he's actually supposed to be.
I got so many questions about this show.
I know, right?
Yeah, it was that little 16-second teaser. I ain't do nothing.
Yeah, it's really not a lot. It's just enough to show you like Nick Cage is voicing him.
Like that was it.
Yeah. So it says Spider-Verse Nowhere or Spider-Man Nowhere is supposed to be around 28 to 32 years old.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if Nick Cage is going to be 28 to 32 year old Spider-Man.
Maybe he just might be doing the voice or something.
But you know what? An older version of Spider-Man wouldn't be that bad to see either. To be honest, especially with like how they keep like bringing him back to high school. An alternate version where he's like an older person, an older man, and he's like been a private investigator / superhero. And you already have like this universe kind of set up and you're just throwing the audience into it. Again, wouldn't be the worst thing. Wouldn't be the worst to just like, I mean, they will have to show his origins obviously because people like you, James, are very curious and
I'm very curious.
Don't really know much about him.
I don't know anything about him. Like, does he have a Venom in that universe?
I don't think he does. I think that's the one character that doesn't show up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Does he have an Aunt May?
I would imagine so. Spider-Noir.
I would imagine so if he has Uncle Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, Maybelle Parker.
Oh, yeah, Maybelle. That's about right.
Yeah, he's got an May. I don't think he's got a Venom, though. I don't think they got that far with the series. Because, it was like one of those short series kind of things. And then he still shows up in the comics like every now and then when they do like a Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But I don't think he actually has like a Venom. Reddit says he doesn't, so.
Because the reason why I say that is because you can kind of make your own story. With some of these characters, if you don't know anything about it, you can kind of make your own story with it. If you want to.
Apparently, like when the Venomverse happened in the comics, they did introduce like a Nowhere Venom. But they haven't actually put him in. I guess they haven't come out with a Spider-Man Nowhere comic with Venom in it. He's only been in the Venomverse.
Yeah. I will say, what will only turn me off from the show is they start scatting and a whole bunch of saxophone music playing in the background.
I don't think it's gonna be like that.
You know what I'm talking about,
maybe.
right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, scatting and a whole bunch of fog and saxophone music being played in the background, and a whole and the way they talk. You know how they talk back then. Yeah, like Bumpy. Man,
Yeah, or like what's his name? Dick
Bugsy.
Tracy.
Yeah,
Dick Tracy. Yeah. I'm
This
not gonna
one's
say they're
not
not
like
gonna do that because that could be a possibility.
Damn.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't want to say that's probably not gonna happen. I don't know. That feels like it could be there.
God damn.
I don't want it to be either. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it worked back then. That don't exactly work now.
Yeah. So the
Like,
premise for the
you know,
show,
Mhm.
for the show is an aging, down on his luck private investigator grapples with his past life as the only superhero in 1930s New York City.
Okay,
So he will be older.
I like that.
Yeah. So far we got Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man. We got Robbie Robertson is supposed to be a character here. No other characters are named though. I don't know who's playing who or what villains are supposed to show up. There's no actual information on that. There's just castings.
Okay, all right. That's
So-
fine.
Yeah. It could just be a gangster film, but I mean, they got to have a villain in there somewhere.
I think it's the Vulture
That would make the most sense.
because you don't want to do another Kingpin because you don't want to undermine. Well, you don't want to undermine Marvel.
But also, if you're gonna have him be like the older Spider-Man, you still have to explain his origin. So having the Vulture be the main villain, being like, he never caught the guy who killed Uncle Ben, and making that the plot of like season 1, and then you do flashbacks to him, in the younger days. Like you pepper his origin throughout the series, right?
True.
Or throughout the first season. They could do that.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind.
Yeah. Very curious. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, because I think that was the last trailer they played this week.
It was, essentially, yeah. There's a few interesting things that came out this week. It was a good week for trailers.
Yeah, because today was I knew Superman was coming because everybody kept talking. Well, not everybody kept talking about it, but the marketing for it
Yeah.
was talking about it. And James Van Tet kept talking about it, so I knew that was coming.
Yeah, and then Ironheart was coming out
I knew that was coming too.
because everyone was like, "Where's Ironheart been? Like, why aren't we doing this?" But
They could easily showed that yesterday.
they could have. I don't know why they
From
didn't.
what I saw, they could have easily showed that yesterday.
Yeah, I don't really know why they didn't. Like, someone thought maybe they were waiting. I don't know. For they were holding off for whatever reason. Someone thought maybe like Robert Downey Jr. would come back as a voice of an AI because that happens in the comics.
Yeah,
Like in the comics, Ironheart has an AI that's Tony Stark.
if they was gonna do that, they would have just went on and showed it because that's the only way you can hype this show up.
Yeah,
At this point, I don't think anyone gonna watch this show. I think it's gonna
Unfortunately.
probably be me and you.
Yeah.
Just watching this.
yeah.
So, unfortunately, it's like another show down the drain. It just
Yeah,
taxed right
you know
off.
what Disney should do? Disney has a whole Disney Channel like on cable TV. Instead of like putting everything on streaming behind the streaming like wall, because not everybody can afford 15 different
paywall.
streaming services. Yeah, what they should do is do like what Cartoon Network does or Adult Swim does with their programming, right? Like when they have a show come out like Rick and Morty, they'll do, hey, it premieres Friday night on Adult Swim and next day on Max. And there's a few other there's a few other shows that I've seen, or like, MGM Plus and Amazon, for example, with the Spider-Noir thing, even though those are both behind a paywall.
Yep.
But
yeah, both of them behind paywalls.
Yeah.
Which I just don't. I'm still trying to
Yeah.
figure that one out.
yeah, but my point being, they should do that with like these live action shows. They should just put it on Disney Plus, and you can put it on at like 10 o'clock at night, right? Because they're a little bit older, So put them on at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Be like, hey, Ironheart premieres on Disney Channel cable television this day, this time, next day on Disney Plus.
Yep.
I think that'll get a lot more eyeballs on it. But what do I know?
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm just confused. I'm just confused as you.
Yeah.
But
That's,
yeah.
sign of the times. You got anything else for me today?
No, that's it.
That's it. Good show. Good, a lot of good content today. Nice things to talk about. So, yeah. Well, hey, if anybody wants to email us and let us know what they thought about what we talked about, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at On The Go with Jacob and James. You can find us individually on Instagram at jacobdantone.audio, and you can find James at
No, James 97994. I'm sorry, I'm looking at some reactions from this.
No, you're good.
I'm looking at some reactions from Superman. I can't wait to see what some people think about it. I'm looking at Grace Randolph. She's already talking trash.
Oh, Grace Randolph. Yep.
I don't know who's worse, her or Tyrone Magnus.
I didn't realize she's gotten so bad.
Yeah, she's gotten real bad, man. A lot of people don't like her.
Because I used to watch her when I was younger, but I never really paid that close attention to her takes, or I guess her takes weren't as bad as they are now. I used to just watch her to find out about movie news, but
I guess as soon as she got that, as soon as she came into money, that's when she started acting weird.
Yeah,
content, man.
Always falls like that. But so anyway, you can find us on Instagram and all the social media sites, and if you want to join the conversation, just reach out to us, let us know what's going on, and without further ado, I'm on the go, James is on the go, and we are all on the go.